while they were removing Group 2. 2020. Bruh. Jesus. Oh my God! While DOT...
You gotta understand the seasons of our lives. We haven't always seen things eye to eye. You know we can't go on living on our own. So say goodbye to yesterday. If your heart is with me, then it's better you stay. We're holding on to something. We keep on coming up with reasons to go on. We need a reason to go. We're holding on to something. We keep on coming up with reasons to go on. I got a feeling, you know what's on my mind. You know I never left it undefined. Think you understand that we cannot rewind. Our future could be redesigned. You know we can't go on living on our own. So say goodbye to yesterday. If your heart is with me, then it's better you stay. We're holding on to something. We keep on coming up with reasons to go on. We need a reason to go. We're holding on to something. We keep on coming up with reasons to go on. We're holding on to something. We keep on coming up with reasons to go on. We need a reason to go. We're holding on to something. We keep on coming up with reasons to go on.
Fucking Easter Bunny breaking up fights. Fuck yeah.
Yo, Easter Bunny getting down!
You're listening.
Yeah, like all the time I'm listening.
WATP with Christian, Eric, and Carl sometimes.
Listen in your office, in your car, or even your neighborhood bar.
We're doing it. We're doing it. We're having fun. We're making it happen.
It's fun time. Open your mouth, close your eyes. We're going to give you a big surprise. And here it is.
Welcome to Who Are These Broadcasters, the only show that wishes every Democrat governor had their own podcast. He's Eric Zane. I'm Christian Bladt. Eric Zane, there's a lot of concern in the chat as we were getting started. McDo wants to know, have you recovered from your throat cancer?
Throat cancer is on the mend, and I feel great. I know I look great. And I think things are getting better, and I think I've beaten cancer.
Oh, good. All right. So it was just a light case of cancer.
Yeah, no big deal.
While we were playing that song from Buzz Myers, while we were getting ready, Dwight Christian said, "This is why the Pope's dead," and that did make me laugh. This, however, I will not stand for. The Creep Off channel, that's Vinny Paulino. For those of you complaining about this show, feel free to go watch the latest Creep Off from yesterday. Just for that, Vinny, vote for Carl often. Always vote for Carl. Go there. I usually don't vote in the Creep Off. Because of that, I'm going to go vote for Carl right now. But
I mean, people who when you've been supplanted as the second best show on the network, that's the type of lash out that you'll get. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm just glad he's here to enjoy the show. I mean, obviously he's not working. He doesn't have to work on the Creep Off. I mean, how much work can you put into that? I mean, come on.
Well, you did it. I don't know. I've never been asked to fill in on the Creep Off, so I wouldn't know how much work goes into it, but I know you've been over there. Dwight Christian said Carl did earn this win, and your number one fan in the chat, the Duke of the Delusional, was rooting for your throat cancer.
What's he doing here? I thought he said that he was talking to
that was his friend. His friend talked to the VFW. Yeah.
I think the quote was they're ready to lower the boom. And I don't know what that means, but lower the boom.
By the way, in the chat, Carl Hamburger, Hamburger. It's more work than it's worth. No, it does look like it's a lot of work.
Hey, Carl, the VFW is about to lower the boom. I talked to the VFW and the American Legion. They're none too impressed.
Well, listen,
Eric Zane, he's a cunt.
Why do you sound like from the island of Misfit Toys? Why would anyone want to play with a Charlie in the box?
That's what that fuck sounded like. He's such a bitch.
Oh, I don't know if Chad's missing upper lip has done the research on this. Do you care to comment on the chat? Do you care to read that chat out loud?
Zane used cum to fix his ass cancer too. That's so diabolical and ridiculous that it's worth reading, and you didn't even have to pay for that. I'm so glad you wrote that.
And Calverton says, "I want to be a dentist." Yes, absolutely.
Eric Zane, that cunt.
And the chat is on fire. Dwight Christian, what brand of cum? But don't get used to getting so many poor chats put up on the screen, because Eric Zane, how do super chats work on this show?
First of all, if you want Christian to sign off, have him saying something that he really doesn't want to say about various groups of people or unaliving someone, or maybe his support of the Fuhrer, you can do that. You can absolutely do that. You just write it and put, I would suggest $20 north of $20 and north of $20, because the highest amount is going to be read as Christian's sign off. This show is on fire now. All right. It's out of control. So if you want Christian to say something ridiculous, you need to put a serious dollar amount on that.
Yes. And as I like to say, please put dirty things into my mouth. This made me laugh. Randall Burnett. I thought this was producer Chris and Aaron Imholt. I'm going to assume I get to be producer Chris in that comparison. So I'll say thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And let's be honest. Vinny is actually speaking truth to power here. You damn well know neither of us supplanted WATS. Still my favorite show on the channel.
No, it's true. It's all just serious. It's all just ball busting with Vinny. He's salt of the earth. I love that guy.
Of course.
He's a saint, and he's a lot of fun.
Yes, no, Vinny's a great guy. They have fun over there on the Creep Off, because you know what? It's hard to imagine that the world is full of creeps. All right, look, we don't have any super chats yet, but I'm gonna allow you guys to get this show on credit.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna trust that we're gonna get some super chats later in the show. Don't make me.
Well,
I want to hit the goal today. I'm going to give them what they want, Eric. And you know what they want.
Exactly. They want bears.
WATV, who are these bears? Who are these bears?
And we've got bears from around the country today. And if you're out for a fun night in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, you might see this. Just running down the street. Okay. And for our audio audience, not much to hear there, but just on a busy street, well, as busy as streets get in Gatlinburg, there's just a bear hanging out there. And, we're starting small, but check this out from ABC News.
At a shopping mall in West Hartford, Connecticut, a bear spotted charging through the parking lot at a full sprint. Some shoppers rushing inside. A wildlife officer chasing the bear into the nearby woods. They believe the bear came out of hibernation and was looking for food.
Yeah.
How about that chick running into danger like that? She's trucking right after it.
Right. I've never seen, all these bear videos that we show. I don't think I've seen them gallop quite like that. Obviously, I know they're capable of it, but we have never seen that before. You're just trying to go to Macy's and you're going to get mauled by a bear. And by the way, that seems to be the animal control officer who's like running right after it. But you notice there's a security guard who's doing what you and I would do. Yeah, I think they got this. We're all right back here.
Those animal control psychopaths, they live for this. That is their one shining moment.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. I thought bears were supposed to be a little groggy when they wake up from hibernation, not like suddenly just sprinting across the mall.
Well, I think they usually are. That one maybe is particularly hungry. And, maybe he couldn't get his Venmo to work. He couldn't get something ordered to his cave. But this bear seems to be fairly low key. Check this guy out.
People around.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say that bear being there, that's more than the total amount of people that are actually at the mall.
Oh, yeah. No. The mall's not the hot spot that it used to be. Back when Zane and I were kids in the 1950s.
Go to the mall.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Whenever there aren't many people around, this bear always sneaks into this convenience store to steal its favorite cookies and chocolate bars. This greatest robbery has been ongoing for a month now, as the bear consistently revisits the same store to take its delicious snacks and leaves, without causing any trouble or harming anyone. Although the shop owner used to call the police to arrest this animal multiple times before, their efforts were in vain. The bear always escaped into the forest before the police arrived. Moreover, when he tries to lock the door to prevent this bear from entering his store,
and I want to explain for our audio audience, he's got the mop handle there, keeping the door locked
to prevent this.
And then
how did that not work? How did he get past that?
Well, he does it. So he's not, but also you're not able to have customers come in. So it might not be the quick fix. So the bears come up with a workaround.
Store, it just returns the very next day, almost like clockwork. The shop owner also claimed that even though this bear is stealing from him, every time it only takes 1 or 2 packages of its favorite snacks and leaves like a good boy. And he really loves this bear now. Subscribe.
Okay. Now he's probably making a living off of the bear.
Yeah.
You get like 90 million views. He probably earned $3 for that.
Right. Exactly.
And, he's making money now. So he's actually going to probably help the bear to do what it needs to do.
Yeah. And by the way, this is an account that I just found. Bear Vibes on Instagram. Literally, I came across it yesterday. I can probably stop working so hard on this show because of Bear Vibes on Instagram has some great content over there. And,
good. Yeah.
Send people there. Yeah.
How did it just show up in your algorithm, or did you find it on your own?
I think my phone realizes that, man, he spends a lot of time watching bear videos.
Right.
What is this sick fucking?
You're the guy. You're the guy. That first clip in Gatlinburg, I had that same thing happen. We saw a mama bear and baby bears. I wish I still had the video. The fact that it would be 2 of the audience's favorite things, me and bears, in one video, it would be amazing for them. But that actually happened in Gatlinburg for me.
Were you a victim of what we call SA from the bear, or otherwise attacked, or you just were near the bear?
I was in my car and the bear was in a dumpster, and the babies, there was babies watching the mom, just like the one we had the other day, you know, the fucking dumpster bear.
That's when you have to be careful. This is a really quick one and mostly visual, but you know, you're talking about what's a bear like when it gets let out of captivity, when it comes out of hibernation. They are usually hungry. So we'll. So the bear gets let. Hey, and he's running and boom! No, tries to eat the camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. So he's they are definitely ready to go.
Which one do you fight again? There's one that you don't run from. Is that the black? I think you try to stand down against the black bear, but if it's a grizzly, you run.
Yeah. I mean, I
play
guess,
dead. Is it play dead? I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? There's all these rules for bears that you would think that as bear aficionados as we are, we should probably know the difference. I've never learned, so I'll probably fight the wrong one or play dead for the wrong one. And oh, look at this, the great Vinny Paulino with a $5 piece offering.
That is so sweet.
And at this moment, that is our that is our top. Mr. Bokus, my name is Christian Bladt, and I love potato cum. Cardiff is my boyfriend. Mr. Bokus, you could have put that in the poor chat. I would have said that. I love
that's our top chat right now with the sign off. That means the pressure is on you, audience members, especially you, Duke of the Delusional. Post some serious heat and throw it my way that Christian can say about me, because I know you're hurt. And then put $21 there.
Or, by the way, put $20.01. We'll take that.
Right. And you can make me your bitch is what you can do. Duke of the Delusional. So go for it, big guy.
All right. I think I changed my microphone.
Absolutely. It sounds like a
ball. I know.
How did you manage to do that?
I bumped something. Does it sound all right again now?
Yeah, now it's much better. You're such a dick.
Well, look, I was getting excited that there's going to be $20. All right. All right. I've got one more. And again, unfortunately, very visual, but we'll do our best to describe. Just imagine while you're out and you get an alert on your phone and you realize this is what's happening at your house. All right. So I think the doorbell noise is. It's added in.
Goes the laugh.
Somebody's laughing hysterically. The video does look real. These are two bears on somebody's front porch.
My wife always watches these videos with the fake laugh.
Does she laugh that way?
She's like, oh my God, can you believe they're laughing this hard at this? I'm like, honey, they put it in there. She's really naive.
By the way, we've got two dogs on the couch behind you today. What are the odds that either one of them pisses or shits during the course of the show?
Well, it's funny you should say that, because this is so rare. There's actually a third one that's down here.
Oh my God.
You might be able to see like right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's potential for problems.
Are you trying to solicit Rob Saul to watch this show? Is that why you're giving him some eye candy?
I'm not sure who that is, but if he likes to have sex with dogs, this is good.
You were able to figure that out pretty well. All right. So keeping that last video in mind, let's head over to local news.
WATB, who are these local news? Who are these local newscasters?
All right, so we have basically the Florida version of what we just saw. This is what it's like if you check your Ring doorbell cam while you're away from your house. There's no fake laughing here. I believe these are the real noises that these two alligators are making while they're on the front porch. This is an account called Swamp Life, by the way, so thank you for that. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
They're
used to it there.
I would never return to my house if there was a chance that could happen, you know?
That's as close as we're going to get to living with dinosaurs, these things.
Yeah, well, we might get a little closer because what I have here is a alligator crocodile fight, which I think is something we're all looking forward to.
Wow.
I didn't even realize that crocodiles were out in nature in Florida, but apparently.
Now that's the croc, the one closest to us, right?
No, I think the croc is the one behind. The one in front of us is the alligator. And you can hear them hissing, which I didn't realize they did. Yeah.
How do you know that the one is the croc and the one? How do you know?
I learned from Hanna-Barbera. One of them looks like Wally Gator.
Okay.
And, one of them looks like he'd be friends with Paul Hogan from Australia. And so he snaps on his jaw. Yeah. But he doesn't appreciate that. So he's like, oh, you going to try that again, motherfucker?
Yeah, he is. This is great. I used to watch like when Godzilla was like fucking Rodan.
Oh no, look at all the blood.
Yeah. Oh. This is better than bum fights, in all honesty. I don't feel as bad. Let's be honest, I didn't feel that bad with bum fights. But yes. So and credit to Taylor Bonachea via Storyful. This came from Fox 13 in Tampa. So the local news version of it, they didn't actually show it being quite as graphic. So I had to dip in there. All right. I apologize to our audio audience. We did our best to show you 2 bears ringing a doorbell, 2 alligators ringing a doorbell, and then a gator fight. But we are going to rely on a news piece here. There is a visual element, but we'll do our best to explain what happened. This is a news story that I think when I first saw it, I didn't feel like this was a fit for this show, but something's going to come up during the course of this, Easy, where you'll realize why this is on the show.
The Kings County Sheriff's Office is searching for a woman accused of swiping thousands of dollars in cash from a man at the Tachi Palace Casino. Authorities say back on March 31st.
Okay, so there's a lot of questions about this woman that they're telling us is a woman. I don't know if that shirt ever fit her. And I was on WATP over the weekend and I made fun of the way a 25-year-old dwarf pronounced words. I came off really mean. And I do have to point out, do you see where this woman's nipples are?
No.
They're way at the bottom. You can see, you can get it.
Are you sure that those are the nips?
I don't know what else.
I don't know. It looks to me like a couple of fucking pit bulls fighting over a milk dud under that shirt.
Okay. Now, here's the most surprising part, though. So she robbed a guy at the casino, but let's hear about how this happened.
This woman approached the victim at the slot machines trying to sell him some jewelry. She then sat on his lap and...
Okay.
Oh, no.
So how would you describe this woman for our audio audience?
Well, she's not quite dank, but she's one of Dank's legs.
Yes.
I mean, Dank's legs are 300 pounds each.
Yeah. It's Dank like thigh down to her toes.
She looks like she was an extra in Dances with Wolves or some shit, and she's been eating the residual check since then.
Well, I believe she also ate the wolves, if I had to guess. That's probably something that happened there.
God, you're going to need a big fucking teepee for that chick.
Can you imagine the size of a gentleman whose lap she sat on? I can't, by the way.
It better be a big dude. If not, he's dead.
Well, yeah, there's that. But let's hear what she was able to do.
Hugged the man, and during the interaction, authorities say she stole about $3,000 cash from the victim's front pocket. Okay. Investigators say the woman then left the casino, changed her clothes in the parking lot, and took off in a black Mercedes SUV. Anyone with information on this suspect is...
Yeah, contact the authorities.
Yeah.
So there's a couple things here. One, this woman at least knows someone who has a black SUV. Also, she is able to afford a change of clothes. That surprises me. I don't know you, Eric.
Right. She knew she wouldn't be able to get into a Lyft vehicle if they showed up based on recent events. She had to have someone in the Lyft XL pick her up.
Right. We had this was a trend a little bit more than a year ago on the show. And unfortunately, visitors to Disneyland were treated to, let's just say, a small world after all.
Trespassing at Disneyland and roaming around naked. That's video of him there. This happened yesterday at the park's New Orleans Square. Workers tried to steer away visitors from that very disturbing sight as that man rather climbed one of the buildings, exposing himself
I can only
to the
imagine
people below
what
and
jiggling is going on while he's walking.
He was arrested
across that
shortly after trespassing, public nudity, and being under the influence of narcotics. Disneyland has not commented on this incident.
Oh my God.
So, knowing Disneyland well as I do, that's New Orleans Square. And I think that it's actually something that was planned. They just wanted to give the kids sort of the authentic feel for what it's like to walk down Bourbon Street.
Boy, you have a memory that is burned into some children's brains forever. Can you imagine that? I mean, if I'm there with my kids and that guy's there, I'm going to say, kids, soak it all in.
Yeah.
Soak it all in. This is great. I'm not going to shield you from this. This is what happens when you do drugs or you join the army. This is how this goes.
This is a very valuable lesson, I think. It's they're going to learn more than they will anywhere else. And oh my gosh, I forget that dollar amount, the NOK.
It's 9 cents for each one of those.
No, it's 9 cents for each. Well, anyway, we got 500 knocks. I like giving slow people a stranger's hand. So thank you for that. And we appreciate that, our friend there with the super chat. So our audience members in places like New Jersey and Pennsylvania, the idea that a Wawa convenience store could ever close is unheard of. If you remember, like a year ago, we had that guy who had all the receipts. He wanted to get every number all the way up there. People love Wawa. In fact, because of this story, I even am wearing a shirt that I purchased at a Wawa, the Jersey Shore Wawa from last year.
I lived in Jersey for 3 years, and I experienced the Wawas. There was it's a wonderful place. Get a fantastic pork roll at Wawa.
Exactly. And you know, they long before anybody else, they had touch screens to order your sandwiches.
Yes, they
so
did.
You didn't have to interact with anyone. So the rest of the world is catching up to Wawa, except for 2 North Philadelphia locations that are unfortunately closing. And let's see, this is the NBC affiliate there. They talked to a few customers to see what they thought about the fact that this is happening.
It's everything, you know. This is where you get your bread and your milk at late at night, and you know, your cigarettes when you need it.
So the fact that this guy's your milk, your bread, you know, and your cigarettes, also the condoms you don't tell your wife about.
Right.
Yeah, this guy clearly he has a whole game plan for running into Wawa.
And he's looking left and right as if there's a lot of people that are interacting with him. Yeah. That's just a North Philly tick. Okay, these are horrible human beings that live in this part of the country. It's some of the worst, ugliest. They're Eagles fans. They're horrible.
Yes, they're Phillies fans. They're Flyers fans. Each fan base worse than the last.
Yes.
Let's see what else he's concerned about.
Oh, it's really going to affect everybody.
Wawa isn't saying the reasons why it's closing them down, but
I wonder if our buddy Go Gadget Wang Kyle is in the chat right now. I'm going to guess I know a reason why 2 locations of a very successful convenience store chain would close in North Philadelphia. And I feel like it's got to do with the neighborhood,
right?
The people that maybe wander in there.
Look at this guy. This guy, he's probably a carrier of several infectious diseases that have been dormant for years. And him just walking around is probably going to kill people.
Yeah, at first I thought he was holding like a leash with no animal on it, but he's just, I don't know, he's just got a really stiff leg.
Knowledge that would make 11 stores to go away in Philadelphia since 2020. Okay. Customers now will just have to find their Wawa fix somewhere else.
Well, yeah, they do have plenty of locations, and there's a second part of this clip that, Eric, I don't have any opinions on. I don't have any thoughts.
No.
I just thought you might enjoy this clip. I'm going to let you comment on it.
Wawa mean, you think, to folks around here?
Wawa, I think the price is reasonable and then the food not that bad.
Okay, so this guy played the part of Mr. Wong in Good Morning Vietnam. Him and his, he's 4 foot tall, and there's his wife next to him looking on.
Yes,
yeah,
I also love this guy in The Hangover. I mean, he's tremendous.
Yes, Mr. Chow, even better reference. Mine was a little dated, but yes, for sure.
Right. Mine's pretty old too.
I love my Asians, and you do too. Hell, you put your penis in one of them from time to time.
From time to time, yeah. Confirmed twice. That's all I can prove.
Are your kids round eye?
Yeah, no, they look like me. Yeah. My son, unfortunately for my son, when he gets older, he looks a lot like me. So
Okay,
he's
all right.
he's still cute now. So
It's like an Asian Christian Bladt is what we're looking. Okay.
no, he's really just like he has a better skin pigmentation than I
All
do, but
right,
he looks
all
a lot
right.
like me, yeah. Hamilton Burger, hamburger. And what does Hamburger say there?
He says she totally misunderstood Thick as Thieves. I'm not sure. I think that's in reference to that fat chick from the casino. You know?
Yeah. Here, leave that chat up because I do want to show her off again. I want to be able to pay off his joke so that everybody knows who he's talking about, and we'll just show her right there. Yeah,
I was a little late on the.
That's all right. No. We
there she
appreciate Hamilton Burger with $2 Canadian, which with tariffs, I think he just gave us like 8 cents.
Right.
She totally misunderstood Thick as Thieves. Thank you so much. We appreciate that from Hamilton Burger. Hamilton Burger is somebody that we've wronged by not reading his super chats in the past. But he still super chats anyway.
Well, he's Canadian, and let's be honest here. They're easy to forget. Nothing really great comes out of Canada. They don't even have the #1 goal scorer anymore. It's a Russian.
I can think that there's an amazing potato from Canada. But outside of that.
No, he's from Minnesota.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I forgot. All right. So I don't know if you guys are all going to be ready for where this clip goes. I saw this yesterday. I rewatched it and I did some research. I feel like it's legit. I think this is an actual news outlet.
It is legit.
Actually, you know the next clip that I'm about to show you?
I know exactly what you're about to play because I had the same conversation with my audience earlier today.
Okay. So we're going to take a look and I'm going to let the news anchor comment on a story and get some reaction from a witness.
Some of the drama that unfolded on the Sunshine Coast this afternoon. Two sisters have told how their mother and man raced to help when the carjacked SUV rolled on Steve Irwin Way, only to find the gun-wielding car thief emerging from the wreck. Here's some of what they had to say.
And one guy, he was up there with our mum, and he went up there and he was coming back down towards us, and he goes, "Run! He's got a gun!"
Oh.
And
I mean, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Okay. For the audio audience, you don't know, but these two women, same haircuts, same age, they're identical twins. They dress the same. They have the same jewelry on.
And they clearly both escaped from the same hospital where they wear bunny scrubs, I guess.
That's what it appears that they are wearing. And they are so in tune with each other. They're finishing each other's sentences and saying them at the exact same time.
Yeah, this is insane, these two. They've got more to say.
our heart started to pound, and I said, "Oh, Mum, where's Mum?" And poor Mum was stuck up there, but apparently our brave Mum, she goes,
I mean,
"Are you all right?"
Do they rehearse this ahead of time? What do you think, Easy? Are they just on the same wavelength, right?
I think that's what you got there. I think they're just on the same wavelength.
Distracting to make him look the other way, and he looked the other way.
Those two bitches from The Shining.
Yeah.
Behind the fence.
Remember
they had to
them,
grow
the
up
twins?
eventually.
And the guy goes to her, "I'll
Another great
find
reference.
you and I'll shoot you." All I was thinking about when we were running.
There's a reason I'm still letting this go, by the way. So
It's fascinating. And at this point, I don't care about the crime, and nor should anyone view it. Or the presenter who's interviewing them. Person doing the interview needs to say, "Okay, hold on a second. Forget all that shit. What the fuck's up with you two?"
What happened to the two of you?
What's going on here?
No,
You have a Vulcan mind meld?
No one cares about carjackings in the Sunshine Coast of Australia. All right. Even if you live in the Sunshine Coast of Australia, these two continue to go on. And the presenter will jump in a second.
Yeah, we were so blessed.
How close to him do you think you were?
Well, see, he was up there. And we were
So he asks a follow-up question, not laughing, not acknowledging what's going on. He's like, "How close do you think they were up there?"
Yeah.
You know, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. This clip was really making the rounds yesterday. This and one that I named the episode after that we're very excited to show during sports. I'm very excited for that. But I don't know. What does our chat think about these two? And if you had to, would you, Easy?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I would. It would be so weird if I had to, because they would just, I don't know, it would just be pretty intense, I think.
Yeah. Do you feel like were you able to be successful? Do you feel like these two would come at the same time? Oh, like you're not all thinking that question. I'm sorry.
Yes. It's like the two doinks from WrestleMania. I think I get that reference.
I think so too. Yeah.
There was two Doink the Clowns at some point. Two girls, one Mike. JFK head chunk says.
And somebody agreed with my assessment. Would. Thank you. I saw that there for a second. Yes.
Wow. They don't have sex with anyone except for each other, says Mr. Bocus.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Christian, you're such a pervert. What? Very disappointed, says Mick 2.
Disappointed. I'm asking the important questions, all right?
Zane would make them both not come. Exactly.
That's actually a fact, Jack.
Right. I know I wouldn't.
Yeah. And let's be honest, everything works downstairs. I wouldn't be able to either.
No.
So, no. I didn't.
Messed up.
Neither one of us have that. All right. Well, these two are somebody that I'm hoping to see more of. I have found another video of them talking. I'm going to save it for next week. And
really,
yeah, I think that they were a subject of a documentary. So if that is the case, then there may be local celebrities. If you're the reporter out there in the Sunshine Coast, you're like, oh, I know what I'm going to do.
Well, why are you waiting, asshole? We want to watch it now.
Because it's really long and I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. It's like from the documentary. If I had like a 30-second clip, I'd show it right now.
All right. So they had a docu made about them. They happened to witness a crime.
I think they were part of a documentary on creepy twins, if I had to guess. Yeah, that's
yeah, they're weird and there's something going on there.
Yeah. Well, as far as this show is concerned, these two are celebrities. So the perfect time to move on over to
WATV. Who are these celebrity news? Who are these celebrity news?
I'm so glad we're both purple in those pictures, because the last thing I need is all of my pores being over accentuated and everybody saying,
no, you
Duke of the Delusional. What does he have to say? Your best friend.
He says, keep digging that hole, Mr. Zane. I don't know what he means by that. This is the biggest tough talking pussy I have ever seen ever. Okay. This is a old child is what this is.
By the way, I'm so sorry. I only just now noticed what you put as your name on the screen. Dumb bastard. For our audio audience, it says easy defund the military, something I don't believe in, but it says easy defund the military again. I don't believe in that. I'm trying to make it so nobody can isolate me saying those words.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not taking a breath after that, but very funny. All right. Look, we're here talking about celebrities. And first, I have to do a flashback to back in January when we were seeing a real American hero take care of real important problems.
But I wonder if I could just make, here on Palisades Drive, if anybody has a car and they leave the keys in the car. So
yes, so this is the great Steve Guttenberg from films like Three Men and a Baby, Short Circuit, the first 4 Police Academy movies. He tapped out after that. And people will remember that he was helping move cars off Palisades Drive during the fires out there in that part of the LA area. And he was doing God's work, right, Eric?
He was. No one knew who he was. The reporter said, who are you? He goes, I'm an actor. And then it got so awkward. The Goot is obviously, he's taken all this time to do shit like this, doesn't have time to fix his marriage, I don't think.
I think you might be right, because that is and I believe you sent this to me. I hadn't realized this had happened. And usually I have Google alerts set up for Steve Guttenberg, but I missed this one. And, we've all heard that heavy is the head who wears the crown, but if you're married to the head that wears the crown, a hero like this, it might be too much. So let's see what's the latest with the Goot.
Guttenberg is officially single again.
Okay, that is my favorite part of this video, by the way, because clearly it's AI. So they call him Steve Guttenberg. and it's like he's had a whole career. He's saved people's cars from being destroyed. And he's referred to as Steve Guttenberg. I forgot about that. All right.
Steve Guttenberg is officially single again. The 3 Men and a Baby star just filed for divorce from his wife, Emily, after 6 years of marriage, citing those classic, irreconcilable differences. They met on a blind date back in 2014, and Steve once called Emily the real deal, who made him a better person.
She's pretty.
The couple had a prenup in place, and Steve has agreed to pay spousal support. This marks his second divorce after previously splitting from model Denise Bixler in 1992.
So he can pull hot chicks.
Yeah, I mean he's Steve fucking Guttenberg. you
Yeah.
know? So this is the thing that I want to let everybody know. All the women of the Dabbleverse and women out there on YouTube. I'm looking at you, Lucy Tightbox. Steve Guttenberg is back on the market. All right, so that's going to be a real catch. I think that anybody should be looking for. Does this news make you sad at all that Guttenberg now has a hole in his heart that he's just going to have to fill by trying to rescue more people's shit when it's on fire?
Yeah, I just look at the woman he was married to, and it's like you couldn't possibly have found him attractive ever in your life. How could this possibly have been a thing in the first place? Who are you? What have you done to the Goot?
What have you done to the Goot? Keeping it on the celebrity train, I didn't realize that Arnold Schwarzenegger has a live stream podcast. And when you're Arnold Schwarzenegger, you can get guests like James Cameron. And they're just having a conversation. But James is very much distracted by something that Schwarzenegger is doing.
Look, steady progress is happening every day. Holy shit, look at that. That is a tankard.
So how would you describe this this huge mug of beer that Arnold starts swigging from?
We see both faces, Cameron on one side, Arnold on the other. He has a drink, and it's a type of container you'd get at Oktoberfest. This huge stein with a lid on it, giant handle, white, giant porcelain cup. A stein, Calverton says. Yes.
Yes. So Arnold will explain.
What do you call that?
It's a beer mug. It's part of the Stammtisch.
So it's a beer mug. Okay, we get that.
Yes.
It's part of the Stammtisch, which I guess is the name of this show. What does Dwyer Christian say?
Arnold got that from a neo-Nazi rally.
This was from Goebbels' private collection. My father gave it to me. It's a treasured family heirloom.
Yeah. So what kind of beer are you drinking?
I'm thinking it's well, I don't want to do a promotion here for beer, but
it's a good Austrian lager. Yeah, okay, all right, good. Anyway, what I was saying is
no, we don't care about what you were saying. Look at that fucking cup.
God. First of all, this just goes to show you how nobody has respect for the podcast process like Christian and EZ.
That's true.
These two assholes, he's taking this huge rip. Cameron doesn't ignore it. He has to acknowledge it. Fucks everything up. No momentum. Who would ever just suddenly just stop what they're doing and take a big rip off of a drink on a podcast?
Yeah, exactly. By the way, the chat loves that you have one of those. I forget what those cups are called. The metal Stanleys. They love that you have a Stanley.
Yeah,
they think it really fits with the narrative we're trying to create about you.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I don't understand why, but okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. It's a very masculine drink with a straw.
Right. Well, mine has Jimi Hendrix and the Beatles, Angus Young, and John Lennon on it. So.
Oh, okay. Because you're a real man.
Yeah. Right. You know, I like my rock bands. Come on.
Sure you do. All right. Let's stick with the talk format and take a look at some talk shows.
WATB, who are these talk shows? Who are these talk shows?
So this is a clip that I was surprised wasn't circulating more. People know Shane Gillis. He has Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast, and they had Dave Chappelle on. This was actually a couple weeks ago. I kept expecting somebody else would focus on this. And one of your favorite members of the Dabbleverse comes up in conversation. So Chappelle references the once great Kevin Brennan.
Oh, really hard
I love
show
Kevin.
in Manhattan. It was like poetry and comedy. And one night I had him on, Kevin Brennan. don't even think I booked the show, but I brought him on. And man, this guy fucking destroyed.
Okay, so I'm going to pause it here because this is the good part of the conversation. In his heyday, people talk about him like Joe Matarese. That yes, KB was amazing. You see flashes of it still, but you know it's kind of like Schwarzenegger sitting there drinking beer at this point, and he doesn't hit the gym as much.
I wonder why he's like me.
Oh, KB.
Oh, yeah.
There's a theory that he has AIDS, but I don't know
that
that. I don't think that I have that theory, but I've seen people put it out there. I don't have that theory, but he doesn't go out hardly ever. So let's see what Chappelle says as he continues to talk about the great Kevin Brennan.
He fucking kills. Yeah, I mean, you know, he's a weird.
He's nutty, but he's really fucking funny.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. But he back in the day before all that heartbreak, I think he was even funnier.
So before all that heartbreak. Before his brother became famous and he didn't. Before he got fired from Saturday Night Live.
Is that what he's talking about? I don't know.
I don't know what else Chappelle could possibly be talking about.
Did some chick break his heart or something? I mean,
he took Sarah Silverman's virginity. So, I mean, you know, what else? What heartbreak is there in Kevin Brennan?
He's a mystery. I think there could be an interesting documentary about this guy.
About Kevin Brennan?
Yeah, I think there could. What the fuck happened to this guy?
Yeah, look, I mean, I think that, we've talked on this show with Jackie Martling about the documentary about him. And I think a lot more people know Jackie's story. I think you could bring the Kevin Brennan story. The last act of that documentary about Kevin Brennan would be really disappointing. Like, I don't think anybody would really want to watch it.
All right, we'll stop it at that because we're actually still living that act out.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So I was excited. I don't know. Maybe people in the chat were aware of that, but you would think that we would have seen that somewhere at this point.
Dwyer, I don't know if he knows anything, but he says Brennan's story is sad. I wonder,
is there more to it, Dwyer Christian, than what
we're
missing
saying about him?
Like, because look, I don't know. I mean, he could have like a girlfriend that died in a car accident or something terrible from like that. I don't know his backstory. I just know that you still see flashes of how funny he can be, and you can usually tell because he's making himself laugh because he knows that what he's about to say is funny. I do that too, But
I don't know any of the drama between him and any of that shit. I find him funny, and he's busted my balls about being so shitty, which is cool.
Right.
I'm like, are you kidding me? That's great.
That's one of my favorite clips we ever played on the show is he has Eric Zane on his show. I have Mike Buschetti on. Carl has Eric Zane. Let's look at his YouTube. Oh, 7 views in February. Oh, he had that I've got that clip. I might dust that clip off.
You should. You absolutely should. I would.
Yeah. Showing a Kevin Brennan clip would have been the perfect excuse to have it, but clearly I wasn't prepared. But instead, I'm going to share an awkward talk show appearance by a trans activist, and it goes probably exactly the way that this activist wants it to, who is there to say their piece.
I would rather share a bathroom with 100 trans women than one legal biological woman.
So I have to ask you, I am pausing it before I get to the meat of the clip. EZ, how would you feel about spending some time in a bathroom with 100 trans women?
So I'm always weird about this. So they used to be women, now they're men? Or
I believe that this is a man that's now a woman. But,
okay.
Yeah.
How would I feel about it in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Well, it depends. If they're just going to the bathroom, I don't mind.
Yeah.
But if something weird happens, then I might be really happy.
What if that's what's been missing for your life, and all of a sudden your dick works because you're in a room with 100 trans women? That's what it took.
Exactly.
You can't start a fire without a spark, and maybe the spark is 100 trans women in the commode with you.
Okay. All right.
Well, we'll explore that in the future. I'll let them finish their point.
Frankly, I would rather share a bathroom with 100 trans women than one legal biological woman who wants to know what's inside my pants. And Julia, if I'm right in remembering, you did ask me what my genitals look like once live on TV.
I love this host, by the way, because she's not denying the fact. apparently she did say, "What do your genitals look like?" So she's going to try and backtrack a
I
little.
think that was in the context of a conversation, and you raised that
I remember
issue
the quote.
yourself.
I remember the quote. You don't have dangly bits, do you? So do you want to discuss dangly bits or not? Because
they are
frankly,
relevant, aren't
I am
they?
now feeling in a position where I'm in a room with you and I feel
feel
unsafe. Yeah.
You feel unsafe?
I feel unsafe. I feel my heart racing. My hands are starting to sweat. Do you want to touch my hand?
No, thank you.
Do you want to clam me now?
No, thank
and
you.
I actually think I'm about to have a panic attack from sitting in a room with you. So I'd like to
You
leave
do?
now.
What-
Yeah.
I'd like you to leave.
You're feeling.
Yeah, I'd like-
you
Well,
come, you
they're the
were asked to
guests,
come on
so-
the show to have a conversation.
And I've had a
We
conversation.
had a very nice.
We've had a conversation.
Well, you read out a statement, and,
And you
now
said
I'd like to
you
ask
read out
you
your
some questions.
statement.
I
You read
didn't-
out- you
I
did
didn't
at the
read out
beginning.
a statement. No, that's me introducing the topic for people who are just tuning in.
And
And
there
you
is
added your
payoff, don't worry.
ad-libs. You got to say what you thought about it. I've said my piece, and now I'd
Sorry,
I'd really like to go.
Oh! I thought we were actually. You actually plugged into a mic there. I thought we were going to have a conversation. You'd like to go? Okay, I wouldn't want anyone to feel unsafe being asked questions, but I have a funny feeling.
Yeah, my favorite thing is walking off the set when the mic's still plugged in, and I wish there was a camera that we could have seen, getting a So it's like I am very unsafe being in this studio with you. I feel very uncomfortable. I don't know. This isn't. I like that it's kind of reasoned, and like in fact, I'm so uncomfortable. I'm going to take my glass of water and whatever I had brought and slowly walk off set. This isn't a storming off the set. So
No,
it
that's
does
just
feel
a-
pretty planned, though, right? Easy.
Excuse me, absolutely. Every bit of that seemed planned.
Yeah.
I don't want to be around anybody that actually says I don't feel safe with you. It's like, well, no, you're going to have to do better than that, because everybody feels safe around me because I'm the least intimidating person on the planet. But if anybody were to say, I don't feel safe around you, I would be like, expand. How? You mean like I'm going to hurt you? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Well, you might hurt my feelings. You might say something bad about my grandfather who who had his leg injured in World War II.
Okay.
And,
Well,
he
now
limped,
I
he
get
limped
it.
the rest of his life. So I might feel like you would hurt my legacy. My
So you're saying
family tree.
that person that walked out
Yeah.
is the Duke of the Dabbleverse.
Well,
That's
I'm
what
not
you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that. I think you're saying that.
Okay. So
yeah.
let's just assume we can just basically, that's what the Duke of the Dabbleverse looks like and behaves out in public. Demands, tries to like impose their will with.
And by the way, I believe the name is Duke of the Delusional.
Duke of the whatever?
Yeah, Duke of the Dabbleverse
Delusional.
I've talked to. And
That's
Duke of the-
John, right?
Duke of the No. Duke of the Dabbleverse has actually appeared on this show in video form.
Okay.
And
All right.
it was the
I
video
forget.
after that led to you showing your taint on this.
That's right. So Duke of the Delusional. That's a different person.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
we're Hughesy's heinous goutfoot, formerly Dane Taft, with a $9.99 super sticker. And I'm sorry for our audio audience. I've seen this image before. That is Hughesy's gout-ridden foot.
Oh, is it back? Is he still?
No, this is. I think that he's doing. It's at least better. But yeah, he did have to wear like flip flops outside in Dublin in like January. So I can only imagine what that was like. But we appreciate that. Hughesy's heinous goutfoot, formerly Dame Taft.
That's a fun disease name, by the way. If you have, it's just
gout.
Yeah, that to me. If you were to say in your brain, what do you picture when you hear the term gout? And it would be that foot.
Yeah, I mean it's a disease where you have fun, like eating too much fried food and drinking a lot of beer. So it's
right.
It's like Norm Macdonald used to say about gambling being the best disease out there, because it's the one disease that you can have where you might win a bunch of money.
Right.
So the Hughesy had fun getting gout. I think
Okay.
maybe getting rid of it maybe was less fun. But anyway, we're talking about all these hot button issues. Let's spend a few minutes over in Who Are These Politics?
Who are these politics? Who are these politics?
I have to start off with somebody that I didn't think we were ever going to see again. And he did emerge from under a rock earlier this week. And it was just so great to see him. I want to bring up on the screen an old friend of ours and see what he's up to.
And I had never seen, hardly any black people in Scranton at the time when I.
Okay, so at least he's got handlers that are keeping him away from the perilous topics like race. So I know that the clip is a little low. He's saying that he had never seen black people in Scranton, but I'm sure he'll talk his way out of this easy, and it won't be an embarrassment to his family.
And I was only going in 4th grade, and I remember seeing the kids going by at the time called colored kids on a bus going by.
Oh, Joe!
And
God damn it, Joe! Joe, the one thing you had to do was not call him colored kid.
It's like he's introducing the term to people. He's making it seem like that's the first time it's ever been uttered.
Yeah, and then when my dad got mad, he'd call them. You know what? Maybe I won't say that. Yeah. So,
Oh my God.
This one was interesting because we've shown Caitlin Collins from CNN on this show a number of times, and usually fairly professional. She does a lot of, she's the White House correspondent for CNN now. So she's in the firing line a lot, asking questions that President Trump and the administration don't want to answer. Sometimes they're good questions. Sometimes they're not the best questions. But here she is back in the studio. And these are my favorite kind of clips when you don't quite know what sets it off.
Men, Kim, great to have you both here tonight.
Thank you.
Though tonight, a tumultuous week at the Pentagon is being capped off by the departure of Joe Casper, the chief of staff to the defense secretary. Pete Hegseth. Excuse me.
Cuts her mic for
Politico is reporting tonight that Casper is leaving for a new role at the agency, as 3 other Pentagon appointees were placed on leave this week amid an investigation into unauthorized leaks.
Okay, we're not done with this clip yet, but what do you feel like's happening with her right now?
Oh, it's like jizz in her throat or something, or she's laughing. I think she's. You ever have spit go down the wrong pipe?
Yeah. Oh, and it hurts so good. I know exactly what you're talking about. Sure, but I think she tripped over a word, but she recovered fine. But she's not done.
No, a source tells us tonight, and we're going to continue to follow that story as we're watching the Pentagon very closely. Meanwhile, as Sungman just mentioned there, the president has taken another swipe at Jerome Powell. He's blaming the Fed chair for high interest rates. My next source was on the Federal Reserve Board with Powell, and we'll get his thoughts next.
Okay, she brought it back home.
She did.
It didn't look like she was in too much distress there.
Yeah, like, she
that
could
was
have.
Pro.
Yeah, but she's laughing, but usually why someone's laughing in one of those moments.
Is that for sure she was laughing?
I still can't quite figure this that clip out, but the fact that again, she's usually fairly professional on these shows, and CNN has a thought, that they're sort of a marquee name in news. You brought the Duke of the Delusional from the Porch chat up on the screen. What would you like to say?
He wrote, guys, realize that I went from giving $1 to $1.50 a week to 0 super chats, hitting you where it hurts most, Zane. All right, well, there we go. So we're without the $1 or the $1.50.
Well, I think he says $10 to $15, but I would like to check the accounting on that.
Yeah, I did. He wrote 10 to 15, but I double checked it, and he on average gave $1.
Oh, is that what you did?
Yeah.
Well, the interesting thing, CNN puts itself out there as a professional operation, and every time they ask Trump a question he doesn't like, his answer is no one's watching you. So I don't know if that's true or not. I just hear that from the president. But thankfully, the president prefers outlets who run a pro shop like Newsmax, as we'll see in this clips here.
To the deadline today, and if you even think Columbia is going to apply and go with this.
Oh, okay. So our guest is muted. Yeah. I
think you're on mute, dear.
Do you think?
Oh,
yeah. Wow. By the way, we need to talk about the visual here.
Yeah.
The guy on the right, that technique called rotoscoping, where they film something and then they turn it into animation. It's like you take a picture and you turn it into a painting.
I don't, but you've done a good job explaining it. All right.
He looks like he's a rotoscoped, not actual living person. And I mean, is there like a puncture wound on the chick on the left's lips? So
yeah, she's had some type of procedure done to make them look horrible.
Yeah. But the host is, it looks like a cable news host. She's fine. I don't know that she needs to wear a Lane Bryant shirt, but we can move on. Let's see how this goes. Yeah.
All right, I can't hear Jacqueline, so.
Yeah, none of us can hear it. We can't hear her over her lips. Mick Doe, what is wrong with her face? That's what we're trying to figure out, Mick. I don't know. And by the way, Mick pointed out earlier in the chat that he inadvertently gave him the same last name as a much maligned figure who used to work for another network. So yeah, you might not want to use the nickname Doe, but we appreciate you being there. Let's see if they're able to steer the ship back into port. The host
Let me
will
kick it over to Gabe while we get that. I mean,
Yeah,
this
Gabe?
is incredible, Gabe. We're seeing, the pushback and the pleas for Khalil to get due process. But Marco Rubio is pretty clear. This is a visa. This is a guest in our country. Students fear for their lives.
Yeah, I mean, look, the entire Khalil situation.
So he doesn't have a microphone.
It's a story by a law professor.
So it's all choppy, but it sounds like his microphone is like a lawnmower. You have to like pull the cord to get it to start, and he didn't quite get it to catch all the way.
Various views of how the Trump administration's opinion has
Oh no!
Is that
The chick on mute was definitely better than Gabe.
Yeah, if I'm chick on mute, I just like, all right, we're just gonna get them to.
I think
Oh.
Yeah, and Jacqueline, as I said, you've been doing
Go back to
reporting
Jacqueline.
about
That's
this,
going to
and
fix
you
it.
have,
Okay.
a really good
Please tell me.
viewpoint because you're in New.
Yeah, no, it's fine now.
Oh,
She's
damn.
able to talk now. I know. But
Great.
I love Newsmax for that reason. I don't lean on those clips as much as I could, but that one, both guests had a problem. This is from a couple weeks ago. They were doing a congressional hearing on the JFK assassination. And it's very important. Well, because it had been declassified. And they were
Right,
going through
right.
some
Which,
new
if
information.
you remember when that came out, and then they declassified it, and no one read it.
Yeah,
no one gave.
No one gave a shit. Yeah, because other people who either like two people read it and they said, yeah, there's nothing new. So it's like, great,
There's nothing new.
Yeah.
If
It's like
otherwise we would have heard about it.
It's like the binders of the Epstein list. There wasn't anything in there,
Right.
I would love to get the names from the Epstein list, but so somebody we haven't featured on the show in a little while, Lauren Boebert, is leading this part of the questions. And she's speaking with filmmaker Oliver Stone. I think it's important to point out that she's speaking with filmmaker Oliver Stone because he made the film JFK. And yeah, I think he's fairly knowledgeable about, he definitely researched it. That's not a documentary, JFK, but sure, let's talk to him about it. And she has what she believes is an important question for, again, filmmaker Oliver Stone.
Stone, you wrote a book accusing LBJ of being involved in the killing of President Kennedy. Do these most recent releases confirm or negate your initial charge?
Okay.
LBJ.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to rewind it. I meant to pause it. So you see that look on Oliver Stone's face. He turns to, I don't even think that's his lawyer. It's just like this person brought, hey, Oliver Stone has some thoughts about this. So he turns to him.
Being involved in the assassination
Okay.
of President Kennedy.
See on the screen.
I think you're confusing Mr. Oliver Stone with Mr. Roger Stone.
It, yes.
Who?
Sorry.
It's Roger Stone who implicated LBJ in the assassination of the president. It's not my friend
Is that what all the
Oliver
whispers
Stone.
were there? I may have misinterpreted that, and I apologize for that.
Oh, did you misinterpret it, or are you a big dumb fucking
So
idiot?
it isn't just a misspeak. Like
No!
she was questioning him as if he turned to LBJ way back then.
Yeah.
And floated that whole idea.
Yes, that is exactly what she said. And Roger Stone does believe this. He did write a book about it.
Well, yeah.
And again, like there's Lauren Boebert, who's the face of asking this dumb question. She's got a staff. She's got people who research things. So maybe the notes were accurate and she just saw Stone. Okay, great. I'm going to ask this question. I'm going to assume that question was prepared for her by someone who's since been fired. But it makes for a great moment where even Oliver Stone's like, the fuck are you Oh, Roger Stone. Yeah. No, that's very different than me. That is.
That is
not the same.
awesome.
Yeah,
that is fantastic. If she wasn't so attractive, I would really be letting her have it. But since she is, I'm going to let all this slide. No big deal.
If that were my congressman, Adam Schiff, for my corner of California, it would still be a funny clip, not knowing the difference between Roger Stone and Oliver Stone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But since she's attractive, no big deal.
No big deal. I know. I get that. Believe me. All right. Well, before we bring it on home, we do have to visit the world of sports, because there's some very important things that we have to cover in the sports arena.
Who are these sports? You know what I'm saying? Who are these sports? Let's see who's playing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what's society.
That's the one I always remember that I have to. Okay, and Pop Culture Dumpster, Schiff is a senator now. He's my senator, and judging from where Pop Culture Dumpster lives, he's your senator too. But you're right. He was a congressman. What do you want? You were
about to say that the audio on that clip is perfect, and I
that's what I was about to say. Is that I think I'm going to make that specific drop just like twice as loud.
I love it. I love it, and I'm so glad that you perfected it.
So after the game, reporters are speaking with San Francisco Giants pitcher Brandon Webb. Nope, Logan Webb. See, his name's right behind him. I knew I was going to be able to check. So let's hear what happens. You got to listen, and don't worry. Logan's going to explain what's going on if you don't quite get why this moment is funny.
For at least 4.
I'm pretty sure we all heard it, but let's start the clip again.
For at least 4 outings with
his face.
At least 4 outings with 10 strikeouts and no walks. What does it mean to you to be in that list with those guys?
I'm sorry guys. Farts are always funny.
100%, 1000%. I love the reporter keeps asking his question despite the fart. And farts are always funny. And Logan Webb, thank you for saying what we're all thinking.
Right,
we all know.
Right. No one heard a word of that guy's question. I couldn't tell you one thing he said in that question.
It was also a really shitty question about
they all
comparing
are.
himself to
like anybody cares.
All right. So this is really the 2 clips I was most excited for this week were the 2 creepy twins. And then this moment, and shout out to an account where we do get a lot of information from. Awful Announcing. They put this out to make sure, and they had the commentary that I think we all agree. Just think we almost lost the Inside the NBA show with the NBA rights shifting, and TNT is not going to have the NBA next year. We're still going to get the show. TNT will produce it, and it'll air, I think, on ESPN. So we're still going to get the show, which will give us moments like this. This is a very long clip, but I'm going to play every minute of it.
The thing about Kawhi is,
Shaq stands
you all
up.
right, big fella? Catching a cramp?
No.
Go ahead. Keep talking, Chuck.
What would you call that trot? And don't worry, we're going to see that trot again in a moment.
Not. It's walking with a attempt at a running motion.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
He doesn't move well because
not anymore. No. Because he's also that big and
right.
doesn't work out anymore.
That's the best that the big fella can do.
Yeah.
When you're loaded down with a blast of hot diarrhea.
Yeah.
That is about to fly right out of your ass.
Right. And the guys they pick up on this immediately.
Yeah, we're on TV. I know what we're doing. Go ahead. Yeah, that's that olive oil you've been drinking. I know. Hey, take some matches with you.
Good Ernie.
You hear everybody working in the studio. They can't help but laugh. They're not on mic, but everybody's laughing. Ernie's laughing. Ernie tries to be pretty straight-laced.
Hey, listen, he couldn't hold it. He can't hold it. After 40, he can't hold it.
That's at first.
He can't hold it.
Unless
show the door closing behind him.
That wasn't something planned, was it?
No,
that was not planned.
Hey, listen, he was in the back talking about he's going to drink alcohol and clear up his
No, he's been drinking the olive oil. You know what?
Olive oil and clean his gut.
Get alcohol and olive oil mixed up.
Yeah,
Okay, so he's drinking olive oil.
There's probably CTE in basketball too. Let's be honest.
I did not like his gait as he left.
The gait, which is how he ran.
Walk right there.
Hey, he been drinking. He says he read somewhere if you drink a shot of olive oil.
I saw them doing that the other day in the makeup room.
They've been doing it. They're gonna do it.
Yeah, they have the shot of olive oil.
Miss a lot of airtime then.
Hey, listen. I just hope we got enough matches around here.
Please turn his mic off. That's all.
That's another issue.
Hey, somebody go get some lighters.
Oh my God!
All right, yeah, let's.
You can't even.
All right, and look, I love Charles Barkley, but he has made the same joke 3 different ways.
He did this 3 times now. He said first matches and then lighters, which matches don't work. It's got to be, or lighters don't work. It's got to be a match.
And if I was a Barkley apologist, I would have edited this so that we didn't see him tell it all 3 times.
Right.
But I just enjoy the way that, they've stopped talking about what the topic was. They don't go to any more clips. This is the show now, and this is why the show is so good.
How do we segue from that?
You can't even make. You can't even. That's what I was going to say about Kawhi. Ernie, that's before he goes. We need to get the thing. He reminds. Oh, here he is.
So here's the replay. They've slowed it down. Shaq gets up.
That's a look of I'm about to shit my pants.
Yeah, that is the best way to describe just the absolute look at the concern in Shaq's face.
Yeah.
I mean, he's terrified by what's about to happen below his waist.
I've seen that face before.
Serious look.
I can feel it.
Okay, they've slowed it down. There is jogging.
There's like
number one, drinking that water.
Oh, okay. Hey, listen, man.
Drinking that water.
He's back
now.
Okay, now he's saying I drank water.
He's drinking water. Yeah,
I think that's nonsense. I think he's just trying to say I had to pee, but no, it was shit.
Yes.
Talking so damn much.
What do you mean?
Finish your point so we can go to break.
We waiting on you, fool.
I'm sitting here like, shut the hell up and hurry up. Sorry about that, America. Number one, Ernie.
Okay.
Thanks for sharing.
I don't need any more details than that.
Yeah, he's gonna say it's number one, but on movie sets on walkie-talkie, sometimes you're looking for people, and the euphemism is 10-100. So Shaq went 10-100, but that's when they're in the bathroom, but don't look for them just yet. They had to go 10-100
quick if he did take a dump.
I think there was a little jump cut, but I think it was very little. And look, the way that he was moving, it wasn't going to take long for it to come out, right, Eric?
No, and the thing I think that's makes this show special is that they'll sell them out. It's a sellout.
Yeah.
And you want that, and that's a credit to all 4 of these guys because they all take a beating. The Shaq and Kenny and Charles more so than Ernie.
Yeah,
but if you don't agree, or if they were assholes, they wouldn't be able to have this type of fun that they have.
Yeah, and I mean, it's probably a testament to what a great guy Ernie Johnson is that he wears that bow tie, and these guys still love him. You know what I mean? Like, he's just sitting there, and so the other thing I wanted to get to, this is actually from a few weeks ago. The great Mike Francesa went onto his live stream, and he had something he needed to explain to his audience. The visual audience will see it. There are, I think, 3 very pronounced scratches on his face. And we've had clips before where he's had a bandage on his face. I'm not sure what's going on in the Francesa home, but I am a little bit worried about Mike. And of course, as always, this comes from the X account back after this. Back AFTA this. That is where I get all of my Mike Francesa information. And that's if you like Mike the way I do, you should follow that account. But let's see how Mike starts off his show.
For those of you watching on YouTube right now, or if you're listening somewhere, but if you're watching, which most of you are, you can see I didn't bother putting anything on it. Like, I don't put makeup on my face, so I don't do it.
That's a shock, by the way, that Mike Francesa doesn't put makeup on that face. This is the first time I'm hearing this, Eric.
Okay, I already am going to be annoyed.
But
I can't see the goddamn.
Now, you'll see him.
Taylor got me. I was on the couch.
Taylor's his dog.
Last night, lying down on the couch, and she jumped on the couch from the other side.
On the
and
left side,
landed,
as we look
and
at him,
her
he's actually showing the wrong side
nails
of
on
his
her paw
face.
got my face, as you see, and left me with 2 wicked scratches on my face. So
Again, he's showing the wrong side.
Beloved Taylor got me last night. She got me.
What an
pretty good.
asshole.
So
how could he
that's
fuck
what
that up?
is. I don't know how long it'll take to heal. That's the
So
Okay,
there's the
now I can
scratches.
see it.
Yeah, but you see how many times he gestured to the wrong side of his face.
Right. He's an imbecile.
I know he's a radio guy. I get it. But he's been on television for 30 years now at this point, at least 25. So I think he should understand how cameras work. And yeah, so he said that his dog did that. And again, he's been bruised before. I just want to put
He's
it out
thinking
there.
this is a cover up that his wife did it to him.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm
Okay.
going. Yeah. Listen, Mr.
Good.
Francesa, show us on the doll where your wife hurt you.
Yeah.
okay? We
I'm
wanna know.
glad that she is. She deserves to do that.
Yeah. So
She has to live with that guy.
first time that's ever happened. But hey, what can you do? So that's where those 2 scratches came from.
Thanks for explaining it. He's just trying to throw everybody off the trail.
Yeah. Yeah, right, exactly. Like we don't know what really happened, you know. So anyway, I love that. I never need an excuse to show off what's going on with Mike Francesa. So I always appreciate that. I've got 2 more clips here real quick. This is from the visiting team, which I think is the Marlins. And this was in Philadelphia. And the camera catches the Philly mascot, the Philly Phanatic, and they have a conversation about what the Fanatic is doing here.
Let's take a look at this afternoon's T-Mobile coverage cam. It's the Fanatic with a baby. Is that a real child?
That's a real child.
Oh my
Don't wake
goodness,
that baby. That's, I mean, that child's not very old.
No, maybe a day or 2.
Wow. Zane, we're both parents. Do you think that child is a day or 2 old? And we talked about how people in Philly are trash. Do you think that somebody brought a 2-day-old baby to the Phillies game?
Well, yeah, but it was stolen. It was stolen.
Yeah.
From some family or from an actual hospital,
right?
By a resident of one of the communities that support the Phillies.
Yeah, you know what? I was being a little too trusting.
That's, I mean, that child's not very old.
No, maybe a day or 2.
A little older than that.
Maybe,
a little older.
That's beautiful.
Maybe 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
now you're starting to make sense. And then the Fanatic goes back to
What a
Dan.
man.
Would you give your baby to the Fanatic?
No,
I would.
Oh.
I would. That's a great moment.
And then you'd run, right? You just hand it to the Fanatic.
Well, no, if you hand it to the Fanatic, the worst thing that can happen is the baby dies. The Fanatic drops the baby, and the baby
Sure, that
is
could
dead.
happen. Yes.
Now, if that happens, that's horrible, but you will be able to cash in on a lot of money if the Fanatic accidentally kills your child.
I mean, it's a weird thing to hope for, but sure.
No,
yes,
I'm just saying there's a silver lining if it does happen.
There is. I don't know at what age I would have handed my child to Mr. Met, which would be more appropriate in my life. But, maybe 2 months old. Well, that interaction with the great Philly Phanatic actually sets up our great moment in broadcast history.
Who are these broadcast history? Who are these broadcast history?
And there's no shortage of Fanatic material that I can go to, getting into fights with Tommy Lasorda. There's all sorts of stuff. We do that another time. This one seemed appropriate. It's an interaction at the ballpark from a few years ago. I do believe that these news anchors will explain it.
Baseball fan ended up in the hospital after she was hit by a flying hot dog.
It was launched by Philadelphia's mascot, the Philly Phanatic.
Just came out of nowhere.
And how would you describe this lady who?
Well, this is a typical 23-year-old Philadelphia, single and ready to mingle. Chick. Ugly.
Yeah. This is a Philly chick who just dropped out of junior college. Yeah,
Yes.
100%. Yeah.
Okay, that's a normal-looking Philly woman, boy haircut, looks like a big bag of shit, and claiming that she got hit by a hot dog when in fact her dad beat her.
For fans of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, this is a less hot version of Charlie's mom.
Was like
And hard.
Kathy McVeigh says she was watching the Phillies-Cardinals game Monday night when the Fanatic came out with his hot dog launcher. He started firing hot dogs wrapped in duct tape into the stands.
So there's a question right there. Why are you wrapping the hot dogs in duct tape?
I actually know the answer to that.
Okay, well, you should. This is great.
Yeah,
okay.
I actually know a mascot who shoots hot dogs out of a cannon.
Okay.
And it's important that they stay wrapped because those cannons shoot them out with such force, it'll destroy the dog. Okay?
Oh, I see.
So you don't want that. You want it to land in the stands, and it takes forever to open the fucking thing. And by the time you finally get it open, it's mangled. So it's just stupid.
All right. Well, let's see more about this hot dog mishap.
One hit McVeigh right in the face, leaving her with a black eye.
I think it just came so fast and it just hit me like that. And I didn't even realize it, and
because she's probably taken a couple of pops.
Right. She's used to a fist flying right at her face from from the men in her life.
Especially during Eagles season. We get it.
the hot dog jumped off of my face and went into the other seat. It gives people a good laugh. And if that makes somebody chuckle, then that's fine.
Yeah.
So this is the moment I'm going to isolate that because I do like that about her. She's like, yeah, look, I get it. It's funny, but look at my
Well, yeah. You take your punishment like you should.
That's right. And now you're going to learn to not get in the Fanatic's way again.
McVeigh says she went to an emergency room to make sure she didn't have a concussion. The Phillies have offered her tickets to another game.
And that's it?
Well,
how about free hot dogs?
That might be another good way. Maybe
that may not
handed
be
to
right.
her.
Exactly.
When you think about those things wrapped up in duct tape, I mean, that would be a pretty good projectile, as they say.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen those things fire T-shirts at the at racetracks. I've seen it from pit road fired to the upper deck of the stands across the way. So,
Okay, thanks.
Pretty
Thanks for that.
right?
exactly.
Well,
Bring
these
your
two are so
glove, not to
mismatched.
catch a foul ball, but to catch a hockey.
No one told me there would be boasting. Oh, this guy's been to the horse track. Well, I see that your dogs are walking around, so it means it's just about time for them.
No,
to
I'm
head
good. Pooh Bear is here, and she took them. They actually wanted. I'm good.
Okay. Well, I do want to make sure we get time for a voicemail in a moment. But
good.
Yeah. And I have mentioned that the voicemails have been. I admitted to you, surprisingly, very pro Zane.
Yeah, they have been because they're normal people who get jokes, and they're not dipshits like that twat Duke of the Delusional.
Well, it's not him. It was his friend who called in and called the VFWs.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
So
they're going to lower the boom.
We brought the boom. So, yes, we have a voicemail. It's from our friend Dame Taft, who was actually in the chat earlier. And it's always important to let everybody know that you can go to whoarethese.com and you will get the voicemail number and you can leave a voicemail. Just say that it's for WATB. And I do accept them via my personal Gmail, blattcast@gmail, BLADTCAST. And I'm not going to lie, I get more that way than people that call and leave them for Carl. So that's why I keep leaning on the Dame Taft sent one this way. But you can leave it there. And, listen, I meant to say this at the top of the show. While you're at whoarethese.com, you will not only find that number, but you can join the Patreon, become a member of the YouTube. You'll be able to watch WATP record live Wednesdays and Saturdays. You will also get 2 bonus episodes every month, like later today, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. out here in the West for a WATP Dick Show crossover. And I saw the thumbnail. The focus is going to be someone named Fierce Fatty. So I'll be tuned in. So make sure you remember and check that out. So that's all the things that you should know. And of course, Hackamania will be in Vegas in just a few short weeks, May 9th or the 11th. Hackamania.com, promo code WATP for 10% off. All right. So now let's hear what our pal Dame Taft has to say.
Hey, WATB. Listen, I denounce these pearl clutchers haranguing Zane for his offhanded remarks about lazy veterans. He's a wiseacre, a Weisenheimer. That's his role on the show, to make Christian blush. Zane is like Kelly Leak. He's the juvenile delinquent in school the other kids avoided. And CB is the kid with strict parents who never cussed and gravitated towards the bad kid, remember? That's the dynamic of WATB. I shouldn't have to explain this, but there it is. So carry on, gentlemen.
So if we're going to extend the Bad News Bears metaphor, I'm actually Eagle Burger, sitting on the toilet eating a bucket of fried chicken. That's actually who I am.
Are you sure you got that right? Eagle Burger? Is that how they
Isn't
say
that
it?
his name? I don't think it's Engelberger. I don't know. I have not seen the movie in quite a while. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, it's one of those, but I know the one that you're referring to.
Yeah,
But
and
I'll take Kelly Leak all damn day. I mean,
Yeah.
he smoked. It was great.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And he could pitch. Oh,
So so this shows the Bad News Bears. I'm whoever the fat one is sitting on the toilet eating a bucket of KFC. All right.
yes.
That's this show. That's the show. All right.
Right. So Duke of the whatever. Look, you sit there. I'm done. I'm not coming back. And here you are, the whole show, contributing and being part of it. You obviously love it. Now quit being the bitch that you are and give us your money, you slob. There you go.
By the way, Ape Shit Media said this earlier. With €4, buy yourself something nice for the weekend. Thank you, Ape Shit Media.
Thank you,
We
Ape Shit.
appreciate that. And I believe we got to all the other ones. I think that $20 is still the high ticket one. So Eric, take a moment to let people know where they can find you and all of the great material you put out there on the internet.
It's the best. It is the best show that no one cares about. So if you go on Twitch, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, that's my show. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, I'm going live again, and you'll be floored at how amazing it is and how little people actually watch it. Okay.
What if people love the show
people.
so much they want to pay you for the show? How do they do that?
Oh, there's a Patreon, but I don't really make them aware of it until they get used to the show on Twitch. Like I on here, I get them to check out the Twitch. And then from there, if they like that, then they can sign up for the Patreon. I don't want to put too much shit at them at one time, you know?
You know what works? Have you ever considered doing Rumble Fridays?
I don't know what that is. Is Rumble that platform?
Yeah.
Isn't that you go on there if you like Hitler?
I mean, it's a place you can go. Cardiff had his channel over there for a while.
Okay.
Because his YouTube got nuked. But the great Aaron Imholt does a Friday version of Steel Toe morning show. He does Rumble Fridays. Yeah.
Oh, actually, I should do that then.
Yeah,
That's
you should.
Awesome.
If Aaron does it, you should do it.
I hope to be as good of a broadcaster one day as Aaron. He's legendary.
We all do. We all hope.
Well, anyway, that's what I do, Christian. How about you? What do you do?
Well, for me, you may have seen or heard me over the weekend on Who Are These Podcasts. And tomorrow night, I will be on the BYB podcast with Quadfather. And looking forward to catching up with Quad, who I'm told will be at Hackamania. So I'm going to meet him at Hackamania.
Is he in a wheelchair?
He is. Yeah, he was.
They've got a lot of audience in wheelchairs on that show.
Yeah, he was Stuttering John's co-host for a moment there. And then then when he crossed the Duke, what John said was, enjoy life in your wheelchair prison.
Okay.
So,
normally cripples aren't cool, but I'm guessing if you hang with him, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, you were sort of talking about the kind of person that might head to Rumble. Quad is definitely somebody like that.
Okay.
He's a way more fun than Johnny Crutches. I have to say.
All right.
And my personal podcast, The Blackcast, BLADTCAST, the show I co-created and produced 100 songs that define heavy metal, hosted by Brian Slagle, the CEO of Metal Blade Records. That's available wherever podcasts are found. This week, we recorded a bunch of interviews when I was in Nashville, and he talks to A&R record industry legend Tom Zutaut about signing Guns N' Roses, and there's some great stories in there. So find that wherever you find podcasts. As always, we will be back next Tuesday. I'm Christian Bladt, reminding you that every mic is a hot mic, But my name is Christian, and I love potato cum. Cardiff is my boyfriend.
Yes.
Gagia.